Hello, it's Fatzoid here, and we're here with Cosmo. We are taking over the cosmos with this deck, because we're insane. So we are playing against some type of pendulum strategy. And it looks like some type of odd eyes deck. I do want to preface, all these games that you will be seeing today are all in diamond. So I don't want to hear it. So we got Odd Eyes Pendulum. He's got Pride. So it looks like he's just trying to lock me out of my extra deck, but he's also locked out of the extra deck doing this. So we start off with Pot of Desires. We're going to draw two. We go into Cosmo Town. Now, this card is actually insane. And I'm going to tell you right now, Cosmo is not a deck where you're just going to one-shot your opponent, you know? Cosmo is a deck that it's a battle of attrition, if that makes any sense. We use Slip Rider to blow up his Odd Eyes because this card's going to force him to tribute a card. So we're like, okay, that sounds good to me. So this card, it pretty much allows us to shuffle away bad Cosmo monsters in our hand that we don't want, and it lets us get banished Cosmo monsters that we do want. Now, the only negative thing about this is why I actually took out Pot of Desires out of the deck, is the banished cards. If it's banished face down, I can't take them out. I thought you could. That's why I originally had it. But you can't. So now we're going to Tin Can into Slip Rider, because remember, the Cosmo monsters, you can actually use their effect on your opponent's turn, and we just locked him out of the game. That's what I'm talking about. This deck is built. It is built to control the match, just like how the Empire controlled the galaxy. Now, just like last game, we're going to try and lock out our opponent and control the game with Cosmo. So Allure of Darkness is so amazing in this deck because it banishes cards, and we don't even care about cards getting banished because a little card called Cosmo Strawman, which I'm able to use the banished cards to get them back onto the field. So we go into IP Masquerena. We're going to summon Tin Can, and we're going to Monster Reborn our Dark Lady, aka Darth Vader. And we're just going to choke them out, dude, if they try and do anything. Tin Can's insane because it lets you filter cards in the deck, add to hand so you can have setup plays with it. Because remember, you can't activate its effect on your opponent's turn to special summon. So if he played something like Raigeki, I would play Landwalker. I would play Landwalker, use Landwalker's effect to sack to protect Dark Lady, and then its effect would special summon another level 5. So he plays Lila, and I just countered, used a secondary effect to negate the activation. Then we're going to IP Masquerena, because he was trying to end his turn, into Nightmare Unicorn. Going to activate Nightmare. We're going to pitch the Allure, and he's just gave up. Boom, boom. He was dead. He was dead on board, though, next turn. I actually had Lethal on board. All right, this game's a bit of a longer one, so buckle up. We got 12 turns. Now, he plays Pot of Duality. So, I actually wasn't paying attention in the beginning of this match. I did not realize I was playing against a burn deck. I didn't see the barrel. So, when it was my turn, obviously, I'm trying to bait out counters. But this was stupid because he's not playing a fucking control deck. He's playing Burn. My turn honestly was pretty ass to begin with. I didn't have any starters, so it is what it is. But the Cosmo Town's still very helpful. So here, this is a great thing. The amazing thing about Cosmos is it is so hard to destroy the cards. So if your opponent plays a lot of targeting effects, you will never get hit by anything. So pretend he had a dogmatic punishment on his field, right? I took some burn there, and now I'm realizing in my head, oh, he's playing burn. So pretend he had dogmatic punishment, tried to destroy, or even had ring of destruction. I can use Sword Trooper's effect. It's a quick effect to special summon Destroyer. So he's going to draw 2 from Reckless Greed. Kind of odd timing, but okay. Reckoning will summon Landwalker. He's going Threatening Roar, because my opponents always have everything. I'm getting Just Deserted. So I'm getting fucking burnt the fuck out. And then he Trap Tricks. So, relatively annoying. He's going to play the Reckless Greed. So he's going to pretty much restock his entire hand, which is kind of scary. I'm going to shuffle Tin Can back. I grab Tin Can because even though I am the Empire, I apparently have 0 control over anything. I got Cosmo Forerunner into hand, which will give me some healing, which is why I grabbed it. Now, he plays Lava Golem. I'm just going to Tin Can. Play the Forerunner. It neutralizes Lava Golem because I'll gain 1,000 but then lose 1,000. The Lava Golem's definitely hurting though. I'm going to Monster Reborn our ship, because remember the ship got sent to the graveyard. And then the Slip Rider is actually going to pop his Just Desserts, but he activates it. And then I activate Kozmo. So Kozmo is not a targeted banish, which is really OP actually. So any cards that says they can't be targeted or anything, this card will go right by that and banish them anyway. And the great thing is too, the way it works with your cards, see how the ship, any of the ships all have this ability, like all the machinery. When they get destroyed, I get to special summon a Cosmo that's lower level from my deck to the field. So we're getting rid of that Lava Golem. We're going into IP Masquerena. And then we are going to be grabbing Tin Can, putting me to 1,000. I felt pretty safe because, like I said, I still have Forerunner. And worst case scenario, actually, if I do get Lava Golem here, I guess that's pretty bad. But I have IP Masquerena, so I'd be able to get rid of... No, I'd be fucked, actually, now that I think about it. So it's pretty bad. I'm going to Nightmare Unicorn, though. Just really slowly control this match. And then Tin Can into Slip Rider. Slip Rider is going to pop his last card. Boom, it was a Wabaku. Is that what that card's called? Wabaku, yeah. For some reason, it reminds me of the Pokemon card. Wobbuffet. And he's just donezo. Goodbye, loser. Now we're back at it again, and this is going to be the last match that we're showing to showcase the deck. I think this showcases the deck very well, so I wanted to show it. We are versus Predaplants. Honestly, I've been playing a lot of diverse games in Diamond. I don't know if people just don't give a shit anymore. I felt like in Plot, you just play against Sword Soul every game. But he goes into his Predaplant, plays a Predaponics, so he's going to special summon that. Negates the effect, though. And then he sets down 2 cards. So I'm going to lead off with a Lure. Lure of Darkness, beautiful card. And then we're going to emergency teleport into Strawman. I activate Strawman's effect. And then we're going to go into Nightmare Phoenix, because I keep getting an alert for him to activating a card, so I want to kind of see what the hell he has back there. And here it is, Predaplant Fusion. So he's going to be able to go into, I think, drag. Yep, Predaplant Drago. Nightmare Phoenix doesn't really do anything there. Kind of annoying. And he's going to get another fucking lizard. I activate this. He's going to try and negate it. But Cosmo, like I said, if you target the cards, you can dodge everything. So you can literally use its effect to banish it to dodge anyone trying to negate your effects. It's pretty fucking crazy. We're going to pop that card using our Dark Destroyer. We play Strongman. Strongman's effect activates because his secondary effect's not a once per turn effect. It's once per turn on the card. It's not once per turn on Strongman. Like, you can keep activating this as long as you can keep summoning it to the field. So we got Nightmare Unicorn. Now this is actually what we lose actually because of this play. And I know I'm spoiling it, but I'm going to access code Talker. We're going to go into 5300. We got Solomon Judgment down. We pop his last card. We hit for 3,000. He fucking lowers the attack on this. It was going to be an OTKO. It would have been such a sick play. But he did a good play on his own. He had it all. But, I mean, good for him for being able to see the outs. So now he's going to be able to sack my Destroyer because it had the counter on it. He goes into Starving Venom. And honestly, this is just a loss. I could have countered the Chameleon. But even if I countered the Chameleon, I would have went down to 3,000. And then he would have played DPE. And I don't have it. Like, I would not be able to come back from that. So I just conceded.
In a roll of a lifetime, one man, one fat man, begs.
Why? Why aren't you subscribed to me? Tell me why? I work to my bones are almost dust. Subscribe now!
Alright, quick. Let's go over the Cosmo cards we're running. We're running Tin Can because it's the best Cosmo card that you can run. We're running 2 Straw Man. We're running 2 Farm Girl. Honestly, you might be able to cut this down to 1 if you don't want to get the extra Ultra Rare. We are running 1 Sword Troopers, or Stormtroopers. We're running 1 Wicked Witch, or Darth Maul. We're running 3 Cosmic Slip Riders. These are the ones that pop spell and traps on the field. We're running 2 Dark Ladies. This is the negate, monster negates. We're running 1 Dogfighter. This card just keeps spawning permanent tokens that are level 6s with 2,000 attack to 2,400 defense, which is insane. It's actually hilarious. This is like a 1-card army. I'm not going to say it's insane because all these cards are pretty fair, but we'll talk about it. Cosmo Landwalker. Run 1 of. I don't see many lists running this, but I actually do really like it because it can take your opponent by surprise. Like if they are expecting to take you out with a Regeki or a Lightning Storm, you can summon Landwalker real quick, and then you can pop a Cosmo card and protect all your other Cosmo cards. So it's pretty helpful. We got Cosmo Forerunner, very good life gain, can't be targeted, which is great, and it also has that special summon effect. And we have Dark Destroyer, which destroys a monster on the field. Again, can't be targeted. Great. We're running 3 Reasonings because this card's insane. I think it's actually pretty broken in this deck. It's pretty awesome. Run Terraforming because Cosmo Town is insane. This card is actually fucking nuts. This is why this deck is a control deck. It is... I don't even know if it's a control deck. I would actually say it's a tempo deck because... yes, you're controlling your opponent, but you're just inching out small victories, hoping those small victories spiral into an actual win. If you win enough small victories, you win the war. That's kind of how this deck plays, and that's part of the reason why I like it. It feels like you're actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're not playing some weird fucking deck. We got Lure of Darkness, best drawer engine in this deck. I was running Pot of Desires. I didn't like it. Lure of Darkness, definitely keep it. Because you can keep getting back your cards that are banished and adding it back to your hand. So the downside on this card is not even a downside. Dark Ruler No More, we want a way of punishing our opponents if they play into our max C. So if they play into our max C, we want a way of saying, hey, we don't care if you set up 16 monsters. We have 20 cards in hand now, and we're going to win the game because we just Dark Ruler No More you. And I also think it's kind of fitting since this deck is like kind of like the Empire from Star Wars anyway, so it's kind of funny. Emergency Teleport, yes, you have to run Mandatory 2. It works really well. Most of our Cosmo cards are Psychic. They're either Psychic or Machine, so run this. Kozmo, best trap in this entire deck. It's so good. It's non-targeting, so you target one of your Cosmo cards, you pop it, preferably you pop like a machine or something, so you get secondary effects. And then you can exile or banish one card your opponent controls in their graveyard or field. So, pretty crazy. And you can only activate one a turn, though. That's the thing that sucks. Dogmatic Punishment, rerun this. That's why you run Elder. Card's insane. We might want to think about running in the extra deck one big attack monster, like 5-headed dragon or something, in case they have something huge. Solemn Judgment. Again, those little victories. That's all this is, a Solemn Judgment. Just think of that. Little victories. Let's talk about the extra deck real quick. Most of these XZ summons are to go into Zeus. We don't really use the extra deck that much. If we do, a lot of times we go into IP Masquerena. This, very rare occasions. But IP Masquerena, you're going to be looking to go into Unicorn most likely. And that gives you Access Code Talker line there, but for the most part you're using your main deck, and that's pretty much how Cosmos is. There's again no really combos, so there's no combos for me to go over. You've seen kind of in the video what the deck can do. The reason why we run a one of this, it kind of can save your life a lot of times because you just pay 1,000 life points and this card can't be destroyed by battle. So let's say our opponent summons a bunch of monsters and they destroy our field, and they ended up destroying one of our machines. We special summon our level 4 Wicked Witch, and now we can pop this, and just to make sure our opponent can't OTKO us. But for the most part, the deck is very straightforward. Like I said, you want to be going for those little victories.